your weapon, drop your... Today we are going to talk about how you can win against the police, how you can force the police to pay you money should they violate your rights. First, for new viewers, I am a 20-year police veteran, and I have personally seen police officers get sued for misconduct. And the reason why I am doing this video is because I believe that police officers that abuse their power should be held responsible for their actions, because their dumb actions make me look bad. Now, this video is really going to be geared towards people who feel like they have been illegally stopped or detained or arrested or searched by police officers. And what I want to touch on first is the first huge mistake that I see people make when they feel like they've been unjustly stopped or unjustly searched by police. And that big, huge mistake that I see people make is they try to hold court there on the side of the road to the extent that they take it to where they physically fight or resist that police officer trying to do that detainment or to trying to do that search.
Right now, either step out the car now.
What's the option, bro? What's the other option?
The option is getting out of the car and you go home. Or
I don't live in Solon.
You can. I don't care where you live. Call up Freddie. Call up.
2 a.m., dude.
Okay, well, get your mom here. I'll even drive you to your mom's. You can arrange a run.
You're in the wrong.
All right,
here.
step out the car. Are you gonna get out the car?
Pull me out of the car.
Are you gonna get out of the car?
Pull me out of the car.
All right,
dude.
come on.
Pull me out.
All right.
Pull me out, bro. Push me out. Pull me out.
You're gonna get tased.
Ooh. Yeah,
Step out of the car.
Up, bro. Yeah.
Step out of the car. Stop being like
Grab
this.
my other arm, bro.
And the reason why I say that is almost always a huge mistake is because 99.9% of the time that ends up turning out bad for that person that resists that police detainment or that police search, and that citizen just ends up with even more criminal charges against them, again because they tried to hold court right there on the side of the road or wherever that police officer was trying to detain them at or search them. Let me give an example of what I mean by trying to hold court there on the side of the road. I have seen many video examples and had even experienced it myself where a person feels like they are being wrongfully detained or questioned by the police or what have you, and that person will start arguing with the police, and then that person starts trying to walk away from that police officer when the police are telling that person to stop. And then when that person continues to walk away, then the police go to force that person to stop. Then that person actually starts to scuffle with the police, and then it's a actual physical resisting, and then that person ends up being taken into custody, and then besides whatever initial charge that person was going to face, now they end up with the additional charges of resisting law enforcement, and no telling what injuries that they or the police officers might suffer in that incident. Now, what I have seen time and time again in those incidents is that the person thinks that they know the law when in actuality they don't know the law. So when they try to hold court there on the side of the road and it ends up turning into a scuffle or a fight, again that person just ends up with additional jail time and additional fines and additional charges. So my first suggestion for suing the cops and forcing them to pay you money should you actually get illegally detained or searched or arrested or whatever is don't try to hold court there on the side of the road. You have the courtroom for a purpose. If you are illegally detained or arrested or searched, you will win that in court. Now, I know people right now is pounding on their keyboard saying, oh, the courts are fixed, blah, 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 blah. I have personally seen courts rule against police officers that did wrong. And let me give you just an example here. If a run gets dispatched out saying that a male with a black long sleeve t-shirt and green pants had just robbed a bank, and I just happened to be walking down the street minding my own business, and I honestly hadn't done anything wrong, but some bank robber wearing a black long sleeve shirt and green pants is out there running around someplace, when those police get dispatched that description of that bank robber, they're going to be driving around that area looking for somebody wearing clothes that match this description. And then if they locate me because I'm wearing these clothes that match that description, they have legal right to stop me and detain me and ensure that I am not that bank robber. Now in my mind, I have been just walking down the street, I haven't done anything wrong. In my mind, the police would be wrongfully stopping me and questioning me. But the reality is that the police would be legally stopping and detaining me. So if I decided to try to hold court there on the side of the road, because remember, I wouldn't have robbed no bank, I wouldn't know that they was actually looking for somebody else wearing the same type of clothes that I am. If I tried to hold court there on the side of the road, number one, that's going to make the cops again think that, well, they've got the right guy. And number two, if I resist them, instead of just walking home, well, now I'm going to face the additional charges of resisting arrest, and then I will actually go to jail for resisting arrest instead of just going home. So here is my suggestion to you. If you are living your life and you have honestly violated no laws, and the police go to stop you, detain you, search you, whatever, and you honestly have done nothing wrong, don't try to hold court there on the side of the road. Simply ask the police officers, am I free to leave? Because if they tell you no, then you are definitely detained at that point by the police, which actually causes them legal headaches. And then if the cops ask you if they can search you or search your car, then just simply state, I do not consent to a search. And then if they still go to search you or search your car, then that's where you can get them legally down the road when they don't find nothing. And then once they don't find anything and then you are released, then that's where you go get yourself a lawyer. And then what you and your lawyer is going to do is you guys are going to subpoena the CAD, the computer aided dispatch run that shows the stop. You're going to subpoena the police report. You're going to subpoena their body cams and their dash cams. Plus you would probably also subpoena any nearby video surveillance cameras for any businesses nearby. And then when all of that shows up that the police actually wrongfully stopped you and detained you and or searched you, that is where you will be able to sue their butts off in court. And something that I think that it's important for you to remember is that when the police department gets sued, it's not just the police department itself that gets listed on that lawsuit. That police officer that did that wrong action against you gets individually listed on that lawsuit also. So what I'm talking about in this video is typically called comply and sue. Don't try to hold court there on the side of the road. If the cops honestly did you wrong, hold court in the courtroom. Now again, there's going to be, like I said earlier, people pounding on their keyboards talking about how courts are fixed and stuff. Remember, you can have a jury trial where it's not a judge that decides if you were in the wrong or in the right, or if the cops were in the wrong or in the right. It will be a jury decide if you were wronged or not, and if that cop and that police department should pay you thousands or millions of dollars or not. Me personally, I would not try to hold court there on the side of the road. I would much rather suffer the injustice at that time and then fight it in court and win in court down the road and then be swimming in money for the rest of my life. Now, unlike some criminal defense attorneys that try to teach you how to get away with breaking the law, I still am a 20-year police veteran. And my belief is that if you are breaking the law, if you are a criminal, then you should be held responsible for your actions. And I hope that if you are breaking the law, that you do get pulled over or get stopped and you do get arrested for whatever crime that you are committing against other people. But this video is purely for the good person that has done no wrong, that has had the government do an unjustified action against them. I want to see you win. But now I'd like to hear from you. Have you ever been unjustly stopped by the police when you were doing nothing wrong? And did you hold court on the side of the road, or were you actually released to go? Once it was found, you were doing nothing wrong. So why don't you comment down below with your experiences and what the outcome was. And to learn how a self-defense shooting can actually affect you mentally and emotionally, then click on the video that should be appearing on the screen just about now to learn what most people don't know. Anyways, folks, this is enough internet for me today. I do need to get back to work. And folks, if you made it this far, hey, thank you very much for watching. And I pray that you have a good night.